your recap video. Really made no mistakes in this last one. Obviously going to need to be just as sharp, perhaps sharper, kind of given the rivalry of it all coming up here. So what are the challenges for the Michigan offense against the MSU defense?
This side of the ball, I do think is a little different than the other. Yeah, I can see Michigan State's offense even in the game. Their defense has been underwhelming this year. And that's not to say that they can't play their best game this week. They probably will. The pass rush is not good.
Mike Tomlin, who spent a year here in Minnesota as defensive coordinator in 2006 before getting the Steelers job the following year. For him, his counterpart from the Vikings.
I mean, this game's just more about Michigan building off of the progress they've made and not taking steps backwards, in my opinion. I'm trying to... This is no disrespect to Michigan State again. I guarantee you for this game.
Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll work this one past the 25 to about the 28-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by the NFL's most valuable player in 2024 at quarterback, Josh Allen.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production and some efficiency out of this passing game.
Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face third and a yard. They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39, they come up on first and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
The tight end, Kincaid, in motion. Allen now on second down. That's taken in. Keon Coleman. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Gain of 17 yards. That's good for the Bills.
Off the play fake, it's Allen. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
It's second
from the shotgun. It's Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. Throwing again is Allen. To the left side, it's caught by Shakir. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all three phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from their special teams, they showed last week and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
22 yards to pick up there. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On second down, here's McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Ty Felton. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Trying to find any seat he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
That's a heck of a stop by this defense early in this game, Mike, and it sets up a decision for the offense. You might be a little too far away to attempt a realistic field goal. You might be a little too close to get anything out of the punt unit. I think I'm keeping the offense on. I'm trying to extend this drive, and I'm being aggressive here. And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
This taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this on the first side of the 30. The Bills offense going to take over now for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Every detail from metallic accents.
From the 34, here's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Throwing is Allen. Pass complete right side to Kinetik. And he's going to be out of bounds right around midfield. First and 10.
16 yards. And the Bills first down.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. He'll drop this underneath to Cook. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the Vikings 42-yard line.
To the air on second down, here's Allen. Taking off. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Play action now, and here's Allen. He'll find Shakir open right side. And he'll be running out of bounds. It's a good game on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7.
Throwing on second down. It's Adams. Off he goes. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
A gain of 12.
First down, Bill.
So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. From the gun, here is Allen. There he goes again.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Real slow reaction. He's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
From the gun, got him. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is second TD catch of the season.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. They definitely didn't want to have to do that again, so really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bills take a 10-3 lead.
Vikings 3.
Which
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. On the return is Dante Fulton. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense about ready to get going on their second possession. Trying to establish some tempo. Start this one with 1st and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Harrison.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Bills offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead.
And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. There are very few teams like Michigan.
On 1st down, Allen. Open man is Shakir, and that's complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Buffalo.
On 1st down, it's Allen. Back into the hands of Shakir. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Kenneth Grant in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. A ball deep for the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. And it's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now a hit, and he lost the football.
Recovered by the kicking team.
Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen, like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit is just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. We are through 1. The Bills with the early advantage. More from the Twin Cities in a moment.
We were having the same podcast in 2020 going into the Michigan State.
The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Off the play fake, here's Allen. Pass Caught by Kinetik. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6.
He'll run the draw with Cook. And that one set down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
On third down, it's Allen. He's got it at the 3. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up first and goal.
First down. First and goal, Buffalo.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That one, taken in. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. It's his second touchdown of the year. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, it pays off for a touchdown.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return as he takes it across the 30. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? You pooch it, you kick it out the back of the end zone, and I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's fourth and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of a failed fourth down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is I'm going to go for more first down inside the 5. I'm going to go for more fourth and goal situations because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in 3 points over the course is not worth the field position.
And the play callers in the NFL are a lot like the people who play the video games. Let's go for it on fourth down. We're seeing it more, and it adds to the excitement of the NFL in 2025. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Once again, it's Genji. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down.
It's third down and 12.
They played like 3 quarters.
To throw is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on fourth down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those high-popping numbers. Room for run at the 40. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Gain of 19 yards. And the Bills first down.
Allen's going to throw on 1st and 10. He'll swing this one out to Cook, and he won't get away. Good tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Allen now on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
4th down, and Jake Camarda on to punt for Buffalo.
Peace.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The RPO. That one is complete.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
A big hole. Still on the move. And he is gone. 74 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He gets it to go. And the Vikings will cut the deficit to 7.
Bills 20. Vikings 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. He's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The tight end, Kinetik, in motion. 1st and 10, and it's Allen. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Washington. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus, and that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Genty. He's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal.
That's another Viking.
They'll run with Hampton. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he'll take it on in. Holston Loveland. Touchdown, Vikings. Will Riker now on for the extra point. The kick is good. The Vikings will tie things up here in the first half. So back to level after the touchdown and time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Allen going to fire this one out to Diggs. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Bills first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Allen. Pass complete right side to Kinetik. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Another Bills first down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Dax Hill. And the Vikings are going to have it just past their 25.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, like the ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
They'll start on the ground with Hampton. So now it's tied up for Vikings. That is their first. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and
he takes off. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
But nothing much to say. We got outplayed. We got outcoached. We did not. There are no excuses. Injuries, shortly, whatever it is, not in any way, shape, or form. We're put on the field, and we've got, as I told you, we've got an opportunity in front of us where we need to own this. This is not a bury the tape kind of time for our organization. This is a watch it, view it, own it. Every coach, every player, and it starts with me. I did not team prepare to play. Standpoint, form on initial feel, it feels like a lot of technique, fundamentals, things that are I believe in every opportunity we have, we're going to go out there and put our best foot forward, both on the practice field and every opportunity we have as a team. I think we'll be able to get healthy. There's some spots here that are critical for our ability to have success. But once again, injuries. Go looking for them, you'll find them. That's what we're going to do. Injury-wise, I'll try to give it a go. And let's do a tremendous for him early on in the season after such a catastrophic, significant knee injury a year ago. Just couldn't continue to give it a go. Josh Oliver, X-rays were negative on his right foot, but we will need to MRI that foot, ankle, and see what's going on there. It's pretty sore. Jeff Okuda did get a concussion, and Jonathan Bernard got it right.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Throwing on second down.
I think we've got to.
What a first month he's putting together. That's his fourth sack.
But it felt like it was more than that to me. It felt like there was some sloppiness, like Blake said, in the interior, getting guys covered up, seeing if we could simply, execute. Our quick game at times was more difficult than it should be. Some of those ball out plays, trying to avoid certain styles.
Time runs out, and that's the end of the first half.
You're also trying to make sure you're not walking yourself.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
I got to do a better job, mitigating the challenges that we face in a game like we did tonight, and it wasn't good enough. Carson looked like he was in pain physically at the part of the game. Yeah, kept on, checking in, maybe getting Max ready to go.
Halftime for the defensive coordinators trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And he'll work this one past the 25, at the 28-yard line.
It did seem like he was in there a couple times.
They'll go play action here with McCarthy. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Yeah, we did. I think, what you have to, Carson's a veteran player. He understands kind of some of our circumstances tonight. I think it's very difficult to ask, a rookie to go in there for his first performance and have to be I did think about that.
Now as they come up on second and long.
The confidence we have in Max, the upside we see in Max is really we also want to send him out there.
On play action,
We're so lucky.
McCarthy.
Without this, it's probably beyond a guy playing for the first time. And that was kind of where the decision was to go with Carson as long as, Carson felt like he was healthy enough to keep playing, and the medical team did as well. I would have coached that.
You make the defense have to honor both the run
Yeah, I think,
and the pass, and
as we talked about earlier in the week, we worked out JJ and he was close. JJ and medical staff kind of didn't quite feel like
and that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit. Right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball, and those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch.
We're right.
I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming.
Be healthy, have a week of preparation, because that's what he wants. That's what he's been working towards. I know there was a lot of estimates on what the injury.
They trail here by a touchdown as this drive
it ended up being
with a first down
on the long run, but it's about what we thought.
To start this drive.
See how Carson comes out tonight as far as what our overall quarterback depth looks like. We'll prepare our teams the position based upon what our also ready to go to work on the practice field and improve, because that is not, like I said, to our standards. I think what it's, whether it was in London or in Dublin, going to London and the high snap count, or it's just the fact that we have Christian plan of attack every week based upon the idea of the type of injury he's coming back from. Don't know what that injury was, but I would just say that there's a player Christian doing everything he can, but when he has higher snap counts or flight travel and everything, there's just only so much that we can do. And in regards to Brian worked his absolute tail off to get back, and with his right MCL, just came out of the game with some left knee kind of swelling, maybe overcompensating, but just couldn't quite get that out of it. These guys I know guys do anything to be out there with their teammates. Debated my medical prowess when it comes to our injured players playing or not. I very simply listen to our doctors and listen, more importantly, to our players as much as I possibly can. That's one of the reasons why that a better guy. He's no worse than what he came to the game with. You got to give him a chance to do that. Until if he comes, he can't do his job. And I did think that last high throw with Justin Field and high cross, maybe a healthy Carson Wentz hits that throw. That's just kind of how the night was. We had an opportunity for a big-time explosive there, and we miss it. There could be a lot of variations back to the 6 yards. One of our cleaner pockets off that play. Just jumping up 9 back to the
looking to throw. McCarthy.
Biggest play
and no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
Momentum for them that we tried to overcome. Like the fight, start to start. That ball in the end zone there was just,
do a little hit action for whatnot teller. Chronic show tonight on whatnot. I'm gonna give you guys a little quick preview. Going crazy on this stuff tonight. We got
a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. As we start the second half.
With some AirPods as well. And each of you on the show, we're gonna be able to get them way below retail. And of course, we also have the premium brand.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, leads to a sack.
And we'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That's another.
A big play for Minnesota.
No way, shape, or form we're good enough tonight to win this football game as coaches or players.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays.
I think I told our team there are no more trips overseas. There's no more short weeks. There's outside of late in the year, obviously for our second Thursday game. But I told our team we're going to find out what we're all about and what this year's team is all about. I've always felt Alec
Here's McCarthy.
compete from our position. Regardless of result, you're hoping when you're still chasing getting better. But clearly, if you need a result to motivate you, that's not the type of organization you want to be. But certainly, these circumstances will test what we're all made of. And I told our team, when we get a chance to step out on that grass, make sure.
He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and here's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Tonight, take on being a man in the arena, and what that means.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're
first and foremost, I'm going to look myself dead in the eye in the mirror and make sure that, and I think they believe me when they say that my confidence level in this group is as high as it's ever been. But it's also important that we look ourselves in the eye after a performance like this and decide the path we're going to take. And foxhole together will work. I don't know any other way than to set a path, and of course, for this organization to find success.
Looking to throw, it's Allen. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him.
To flow late in the game and talk to our offense, I think across the board, we just need to evaluate what gives us the best chance to sustain. It just felt like it wasn't our best performance or even an adequate performance in any phase, so I don't necessarily want to get into the details of individual sides of the ball.
Next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
To the air on second down. Here's Allen.
To match that, get back to simple, basic things that lead to our talented players having a chance to go out there and win it down, win the drive, win the series, quarter, and compete for 4 quarters. Didn't question our team's competition or compete at all. Just hopefully, the good thing is next week won't be a short week. We'll get a chance to get 3 full days of practice after that. I thought our guys, 2 years in a row, these Thursday games, we've had very physical, kind of down to the end type of, games at home the week before against good teams, and then we just, I don't believe we ran out of gas tonight. I don't believe we did enough things well enough to fight the fight and match our willingness to compete with playing against a really good football team at home and not doing a lot of things that give you a chance to find and seek out the momentum and see if we can capture it and keep it. It's a real thing, and we let it get away from us early tonight, and we're going to steal it back.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. He'll punt for the second time after hitting a beauty in his first effort. This fielded inside the 35.
practice is what I mean doing 2 missions on Cash Kinetik. It's free to sign up. It's just email address, password. When you log in, you'll see different tabs, one for games, one for surveys, one for offers. I like to do the games because they make you the most money in the least amount of time. I made this by playing 2 games.
Behind the line, it's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here is Allen. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll throw with the sneak. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the first down. Good run. The drive continues.
That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. In middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Buffalo.
And the Bills first down.
Here's a handoff to Cook. Good blocking to the 15. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. So these 2 teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Hook will take it in. Touchdown. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills will cut the deficit to 7.
34. Bills 27.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return is Thornton. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Was brought down that pass to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of
9 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw, it's McCarthy.
Gauge ain't sim boosters. The two irresistible sets coming together. You can't help but dance.
That's fresh.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
They face second down and 7.
At the 17.
The shotgun. It's a throw for McCarthy. A very good throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up third down.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
That's another Vikings first down. First and
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Hampton will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Riker now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Vikings will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Bills 27.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. A run, this is Gilliam. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
44-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Allen. Back to the outside. He's got Diggs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Bills.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They run out of the gun. It's Cook. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in second and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
Third and long.
12 yards to go.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. This is caught 2. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That's good for Bills.
Here's Cook, and he will score. Game on. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
The score, Vikings 41, Bills 34.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. On the return is Thornton. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. This drive will begin with a run with Hampton. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no game.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
On second down, Genty. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He was taken down.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
From the gun, here's McCarthy. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
14 yards. And the Vikings first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. And you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
On second down, here's McCarthy. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They show can't sweep and instead run it up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and 7. On the zone read, it's McCarthy. The ball's out. And that was very nearly a disaster at this juncture of the game. But fortunately, a teammate able to cradle it, and they keep possession. It is third and long. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Laying out, and he makes the catch. What a play. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. As they'll discuss what's to come. As fourth down looming. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. The Bills' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
It's a loss of a yard.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up now for second down. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
He's to midfield. Inside the 20. 85 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
The Bills offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. And downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. And he will score. Keon Coleman. Touchdown, Bills. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Vikings 51.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Again, the left side for Hampton. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. The Bills going to use their final timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. They'll go again with Hampton. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. Throwing now. Allen here on first down. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. So a win here for the Vikings. They finish off the first month of the season perfect as the victory runs their mark to 4-0. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.